Welcome back, everybody. More than 300,000 Canadians have gotten a COVID-19 vaccine. And as the rollout continues, so do many myths. Dr. Isaac Bogosh is back breaking down what's true, what's not with these vaccines. Good morning. Before we get to that, Dr. Bogosh, how was your New Year? I was just asking you on the lighter side of life. Did you make it to midnight? Did you go to bed?
No, I was out cold well before midnight.
Same.
Didn't have much of a New Year's, but got a little bit of time at home with the family. That was
Good.
great. But
Good.
we didn't venture out too far. Did a little tobogganing. That was about it.
That's perfect. So let's talk about everything making news. First things first, Premier Ford announced that he's looking ahead at the modeling. We can expect something shocking tomorrow. Do you have input as to what we can expect?
Yeah, it's unfortunately going to look very grim. We know that over the holiday season, some of the surveys have demonstrated that about 48% of Canadians were gathering with others that weren't in their household. There's mobility data demonstrating significant mobility. And, that's added to all the issues that we had beforehand. So to no one's surprise, there's going to be, there already is a large number of new cases per day, and that's probably going to get, unfortunately, worse, up to about 6,000 new cases per day if we don't do anything about this. We know the hospitals are stretched. We know the ICUs are full. January is going to be a very, very difficult month.
Okay, and what about the curfew? There's a lot of talk of that from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Do you think that will happen?
I honestly don't know. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ontario looks east and looks at what Quebec's doing. Quebec certainly has a curfew. They've also shut down other industries that might not be considered essential. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ontario takes those additional measures. There's not a lot of other levers you can pull at this point. So I wouldn't be surprised if we look eastwards and take a page out of the Quebec book.
Okay, so let's take a look at some of these myths then. First one we'd like to debunk. People who say the vaccine is approved without testing. What is the facts here? What are the facts?
It's been tested. I mean, we know that the first human trials for most of these vaccines, of the vaccines that are approved in Canada, they started human clinical trials in March. And there's what we call phase 1, then phase 2, then phase 3 clinical trials. Like this trials, the big ones, the phase 3 clinical trials, for one of them, Moderna had 30,000 people. For the Pfizer one, it had 43,000 people. Yeah, there's been a lot of testing in people. And now, actually, there's been millions and millions and millions of doses administered between the United States and the United Kingdom alone, let alone the 300,000 in Canada. So, yeah, there's a growing collective global experience using these vaccines.
Okay, number 2, it's better to gain immunity naturally. Fact or fiction?
Fiction. Look around. What other evidence do you need? Look around us. It's hospitals are full and ICUs are full, and it's awful to talk about, but it's true. People are dying from this infection. Yeah, you should get the vaccine rather than getting this infection to get immunity. You don't need this infection. And it's not just do you live or do you die. We know that people who recover from COVID-19, many of them have chronic symptoms afterward. Mm-hmm. You don't need to get this infection. Do everything you can to not get this infection. And when it's your turn to get the vaccine, I think the smart thing to do is to roll up your sleeve and get it.
Okay, number 3, I cannot get infected after vaccination. True or false?
Unfortunately, false. The vaccines appear to significantly reduce the risk of getting the infection. And if people do get the infection, the vaccines appear to significantly reduce the likelihood of having severe infection. However, like everything else in life, nothing is 100 or 0%. If you get the vaccine, you can still get infected. But it's just much less likely, and you're much less likely to have a severe infection.
You're the voice of calm and reason. We thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. As always, love to you and your family. Stay safe. We'll be updated soon, no doubt. Thank you so much, Dr. Bogosh. Have a great Monday.
You as well.
We'll be back with more BT right after this.